The experts seem divided over whether we're heading for a recession. Some even say we're already in one. An article from CNBC says the uncertainty, fueled by 40-year high inflation and a bear stock market, is giving a lot of people a lot of anxiety. And it can result in costly financial behaviors like withdrawing cash from retirement accounts. I'm sure you've seen that. Brian, how do you help your clients cope with these feelings?
Well, it's having a constant communication with them about it, because obviously people are stressed. A lot of bad financial news coming out, right? And you got to focus on really your more particular situation as opposed to the big picture of the country, the economy, or whatever, because you can't do anything about a lot of things. They're just completely out of your control, right? Control what you can control.
Yeah. You mean like the stock market?
Yeah, or the president or the Congress or the Senate. I mean, you control what you can control.
Yeah.
And so that is good to meet with your financial advisor, your financial planner, if you have one, and sit down with them and say, am I okay? Like, my account's down X amount %, right, this year. Yeah, okay, I've been investing for 30 years and I've made money and all that. And there is corrections. You have to look at the long-term charts and the short-term charts and compare what's going on, right? If you've been invested for more than 3 years in the stock market, you should have some positive. 5 years, you should have some positive gains. And it's not a time to be measuring performance anyways. Why would you check when it's down right now? Oh, I've only got a 2% return over the last 3 years. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's like, going into real estate and expecting a positive gain in your first year. Does it happen? Yeah, this kind of market, it's happening, but that's not normal.
Well, it's slowing a little bit, but yeah.
It is slowing, but it's not normal. You lose money in real estate, which is a very safe, conservative investment.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, real estate investors? You lose money in the first couple of years. A lot of people go, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, you did. Let me run down the math, right? You put all the money into the building. You put money down.
P&I.
Right?
Yeah.
And the money that's come back to you in rent, it doesn't equal what you put into. You've lost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Yes, but yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. You put money in and it's gone down in value. You lost money in the stock market. But long term, does real estate make money? Yes,
sure.
of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's why there's real estate investment
Well, it depends. I mean, there are some bad buys, some bad
well,
investments.
but I'm saying long term, right?
Yeah.
10, 15, 20 years. We've got investors that are very simple-minded that have come into our office before. They don't even have a high school education worth millions of dollars, doing some simple principles, keeping it very, very simple, right? Whether it was apartments or single-family homes or duplexes, they did the same thing over and over again, and they worked really hard at it. And they did it over and over again. And then they didn't do it over 3 years or 5 years. They did it over 30 or 40 years.
Right.
And they sitting here with, wow, look at these millions. This is great. So focusing in on this 6 months decline or this quarter, and stressing about it, there has been so many economic recessions and depressions over the last 60 years. Actually, if you go back to I forgot the chart. It's not with me right here. 1946, I think it is. There's been a good 30 different recessions.
Wow.
Well, when you look at it, not really recessions. We call them 20% drops, right? So it's or corrections in the market. But it's interesting. From the bottom, when you average in 1 year what the rate of return is, 17.5%.
Really?
Average. Now, there was some of them that still lost another, 10, 15%. There was some like COVID that was like 59% from the bottom. 59%. So do you panic and get out? Do you go into the real estate after you've lost money, or go into CDs and it looks attractive? I've got clients doing that. Brian, I can go get 2% in the bank right now because we got a lot of money in cash because we're sitting here on the sidelines on on our portfolios going, it's just kind of a risky time to be, I really like going to Vegas. I'm not a Vegas guy, right? We want to have some systemized way to make some wealth for our clients, but not, gamble it away. And so, can I get a better rate of return? 2%. I can get 4% in a CD or, a fixed annuity and get a guaranteed rate of return. Yeah, but you're going to miss out on the returns when things turn around. Now,
things historically always turn around, don't they?
Right. Well, it's because there's a bottom and everything. There's always it's like a yard sale. You show up at a yard sale and you go, yeah, I'm not really, you follow your wife to it, right? You've probably done this, and you don't probably go to yard sales, but maybe you have. You show up, maybe at a state sale, right? And you show up and you're like, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just going to walk through here. And then you see that thing, right? The dirt bike that you don't need. You don't need it.
From 1959 that hasn't run. And
but it's $500 and you can turn around and sell it for $2,000. That's what you're telling yourself anyways, right?
Yeah.
I just put a couple,
And then it sits in your garage for 20 years.
Right.
And then.
Right. But it's such a deal that you buy it anyways. And that's what the Wall Street market's going to do, right? They're going to see prices and go, well, that sector is not my thing, but hey, that's a good price. And they buy it at the low and they make money on it.
Yeah.
And they flip it in a year, right? So there is going to be a time you got to really sit down and look at the numbers, how much inflation really is. It's not 3, 4, 5% long term like they're telling us. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. Who's they? Bureau of Labor Statistics, the government. They're lying. I know it's a shocker out there, but they're not telling the truth of way that real numbers. If you and I sat down and go, let's figure out how much things cost. How much is food and how much is energy? How much did my electric bill go up? How much? Everything's like 17 to 20%.
Yeah, I saw on the news the other night, they said it was a 9.1% inflation rate. That is way low.
It is.
We know, everybody knows.
Right. They're manipulating it. They take out food. They take out energy, rents. They include, it's not, so that if you calculate the same way they did in the 80s, it's well over 17% now. It's pushing 18% right now, which is double what and the reason if they calculate and that was on CNBC.com or if that was on Fox Business News, whatever, 18%. Do you think there'd be a little sell-off in the stock market?
Yeah.
What about the real estate market?
That's a good point.
Do you think the real estate market would sell up? No. More money would go into the market.
Yeah.
That really builds confidence, right? When things are, multiplying and going to double in 4 years.
Good point.